How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the Go for Goat podcast. This is your boy Papi Wolf, and sorry for the late upload. I've been on vacation, so I'm just came back Sunday, so hopefully I came at the right time to start doing the episode. Yeah, so let's jump right into it. So this episode is gonna be like last episode I talked about the wrongdoings of what David Dobrik and stuff, only because I want to discuss like the energy that these people are putting out. And my podcast is just me being me. It's me talking about things I wanted to talk about, but it's also about me giving life advice and giving opinions. I'm not trying to be a commentary channel too much, but I have my own kind of things, my own little grievances about so and so things. But yeah, so that was fun last week. We talked about some really big things, and I think it's only fair for us to have a more balanced episode. And before when we get balanced, I just want to talk about things that have been going good in my life and things I'm very grateful for. Just today, right? I was leaving my hotel room. I was finally like getting ready to go home and stuff. And I had like a small pleasant surprise. And see, I had this shirt and I bought it a while ago, and it buttoned, and I was like, okay, it looks good. It is what it is. I like how it looks. It was getting a little tight, but it wasn't too bad. So a couple months later, like more recently, like at least a month ago, I could not button this shirt without not liking what I saw. Like I was like, damn, bro, it's too tight around my belly area. I look fat in this. I look way too fat. I don't like how it comes out. I don't want to wear this. If I want to wear it, I'll just wear it open. It's fine. It's not going to be that big of a deal. And for me, the reason, it's not that it's not a big deal. I could wear it like that whatsoever. What kills me is the fact that I like my clothes to fit a certain way. So even if I look fat in something, I like to look fat in an interesting way, or like a certain way. And the shirt just didn't do me justice. I didn't like how I looked in it. I felt horrible. And I'd always be like, damn, bro, like, how did it, like, this shirt looked good a while ago. And I was like, damn, I really let myself go. But being a month on my keto diet, being a month on like cutting out carbs and like reducing the intake of carbs very, like, probably under 10%, I've noticed a different change. And it's the fact that this shirt, like today when I buttoned it to see if I've lost weight, because I've noticed I slimmed, but I didn't know if, like, I didn't expect it to look as good as it did. So when I buttoned it, I was pleasantly surprised. Like, wow, I look really good in this. I was like, wow. I was like, I don't remember the last time this fit like this well. It fits better than it did when I originally bought it. And I was just, dude, I'm not gonna lie, I was so hyped. I was so overjoyed of the progress I have made, of the like, just alone my shirt was able to button. And for a lot of people are wondering, oh, like, are you very self-conscious about your weight? I used to be very self-conscious about my weight. I to a degree I still am. It's still something I wouldn't say I tackle with, but it's something that I understand is, at the end of the day, I could fix, or I could do something different. Like, I know I'm in control of this. Before, I never let it be an issue, only because the clothes I wore fit and I liked how I looked, and it was fine. And that's perfectly fine. If you like how you look, or if you're fine the way you look, that's great. If you want to strive for better, that's also great. But if you don't see anything wrong in like your health issues, and you're seeing like everything, because even like my health issues were getting bad, my knees were killing me. I was getting like my body was horrible. Like my energy was going lower and lower. I hated that feeling of lethargicness and like not feeling like I could do stuff. Like it drives me crazy, and I hate that feeling whatsoever. That's not me. I like being active. I like having fun. I like being able to dance and not feel like, wow, okay, I need to take a 10-minute break. That was insane. No, like, I'm like enjoying myself, and I live an active lifestyle. So if I live an active lifestyle, I have to be able to be active as well. So it was good that I was able to I slimmed down. I love what it means for that, because it's not just my health issues. It's not just for my own personal like journey, but it also has helped me in my financial aspect, because one, I don't have to buy new clothes. I can still, like, my goal weight, and a lot of people are like, why don't you go for more? My goal weight is to stay in a double XL, and maybe like comfortable fit, not relaxed, but comfortable in a double XL, and if I want to like have a slim or like a tight fit, large. And I want to be able to like think, okay, like I like how I look in this, it's you know, tight, or looks, makes me look nice, perfect. That's my end goal for myself. And a lot of people are like, why don't you aim for more? No, because look, at the end of the day, I'm a big person. I'm that's who I am. I'm a big person. Doesn't mean I have to be like, a lot of people may contrive that as like, so do you want to like stay big like that? Like, yes and no. I want to be at a healthy point. I want to be able to do things. I want to be able to like, my clothes to fit, and I want to be able to have fun and do everything and stuff. And it doesn't matter if like I lose a lot of weight. Like, I just like having that aspect. I know a lot of people would be like, oh, I got the perfect thing for you to help you like shed more weight. And I'm like, no. Keto right now is doing fine. The fact that am able to close my shirt is a plus. I just wanted to keep this on and keep this going to see how far I could take this. I'm not trying to be fucking, you know, fit, but if it happens, it happens. But I'm not aiming for that. I'm just aiming, like where I'm right now, how I feel right now is amazing. I like this a lot. I just want to see how far I can take this for my own personal curiosity, and my even own like just actual interest to see if like more weight will come off, or how different I will look. Because I think we all can agree, I think, I haven't shown my face on the channel for quite a minute, but there's early on, I'm very swollen in the face. I have a very like chubby face, and now I feel like my face is somewhat slimmed down a bit, and that's usually where the weight first leaves my body and comes back to my body, is my face. I will normally gain like a bunch of weight in my face and I'll lose it. That's why I always like to keep a beard, because I don't like looking like that. But yeah, guys, I'm just very excited. I'm very hyped. I like the fact that I look good in that shirt, and like that's something that really like, I'm not gonna say like sparks it, you know, I am gonna say it motivates me to keep going, and motivates me that like this, like, you know, keto dieting is worth it, despite the ups and downs, and the, you know, the having to work around it, and having to you know, give up something as beautiful as tortillas and bread, and, you know, stuff like that, mashed potatoes. Like it's just really nice that I'm able to like this sacrifice isn't all for naught. You know what I'm saying? My results are coming in. It's been a month. That's crazy, man. This from not fitting to fitting, because I wore that same shirt a month ago, and like a month later, maybe a month and some change later, if it buttons up, that to me is a win. I can't be happier with those kind of results. And now I just want to see how far I can take these results. It's great. It's empowering, honestly. It makes me more motivated. It makes me more focused. It makes me want to like just keep going with this. And I think that's a beautiful thing. And I'm telling you guys this story not because I'm like just bragging or just letting you, like, just want to tell you guys this. It's partially because of that, but it's also partially saying, like, when you really motivated, when you're not motivated, you can easily fall victim to something of like dropping this diet, or dropping something that you're probably wanted to put work in, whether it's learning an instrument or something. I'll impart this onto you guys, and then I'll wrap up my little hype about my, you know, weight loss. If you really are focused on something, and you really want to change something about yourself, or you really want to strive for something, don't ever be intimidated by the lengths, or by the actual needs, or the way to achieve what you want out of these things. Never be too like reluctant because you think, well, I really wanted to do this, but from what I'm looking, it looks like it's gonna be a lot of work. Never be so scared of that. Like, I always recommend people just breathe, take a step, and do one step at a time, and then you progressively keep adding on more and more time, to the point where you finally realize, like, oh wow, I did so much. That's insane. For me, I started the diet week, and I was like, okay, remember, just do it for a week, do it for 2 weeks, do it for another week, do it for another week, and then keep adding on a week. Now it's been like a month and a half, and I've already seen my results. Now I know I can keep going with this. I know I can keep pursuing and keep pushing this, and not you know, really like fall victim to just going back to old habits or thinking, you know what, I did it, let's just go back to eating again. Like it's nothing like that. It's honestly motivated me to keep going. I think what people like do is when they don't get the immediate results that they want, then they want to drop it. For me, my thing was I just wanted if my shirt buttoned up, that's awesome. That's what I wanted. It's a low goal, but it did take some focus getting there. If you're learning an instrument, learn the basics first and then practice the basics to the point where you have it so interchangeable that it's hard not to. And like when it's practicing the instrument, whether it's painting, whether it's going for a walk, while it's going for the gym, while it's something along the lines of it just takes that effort and for you to set a goal, do it and don't be afraid of the hill you have to climb. Just the way I see it is break it up in parts. You don't have to climb the whole hill. How about this? Go to the first part, the first point, and then see how you feel. If you feel like you can do more, do more. Keep going. And eventually when you break it down like that, it makes climbing to the top of anything, it makes focusing on anything easier, because now you have such a small goal that it's able to accumulate by adding all these small goals to the point where you've actually done the big goal itself and you never even realized it. And that's what I think a lot of people should learn about when they are working on themselves, or when they're working on hobbies, or they have a new resolution or something. Like, just if you want to do something and it seems so big to tackle, you break it up in small parts and see how you feel going through each part. And I guarantee you might surprise yourself. Hell, maybe you become a fantastic guitar player. Maybe you become a fantastic painter. Whatever you do, whatever you're putting that energy into, try breaking it up and see what comes of it. Me personally, this is what it's taught me. Then this is something that I've been like really happy I'm seeing the results in, and it just motivates me not just to do this more, but to try other stuff that I've seemed scared about trying, or even like I didn't want to tackle, and just break it up into a small piece, see how you feel, and keep going and keep adding on a new point to see how far you can go, or how far you can achieve. But yeah, guys, if you guys are like really digging like this, please let me know. Like, I really want to hear like your guys' feedback on stuff that you're doing that you're surprised that has been going well for you, whether it be a hobby, whether it be fitness goals. Let me know. I'm really curious. I really want to know, because I like that support, and I like knowing that other people are, not battling the same battle, but we're going through the same things together. It's very empowering. It makes me happy, and I just enjoy hearing from you guys. So yeah, but enough with that topic. Let's jump into a new one, because this is something that I've been thinking about a lot, and I think it's not that it's hard, but I think it is difficult to talk about. And I know we weren't going to talk about the David Dobrik stuff. I know we don't want to talk about any like drama stuff, but I am going to talk about stuff that is related to certain YouTube drama. I'm just not going to mention it, but that very thing is the use of your power and the influence that you carry. So this is going to be I'll try to make, I want to start putting the podcast in like portions, but come on, I'm not organized like that. But I'm going to make these mental notes. But yeah, this portion of the podcast, or this second topic, is going to be about understanding where your place is as somebody who holds any sort of power. I've talked about power dynamics before. I've talked about how a predator isn't just somebody who goes after younger girls, or someone who doesn't who's not just a pedophile or any SA or something like that. It's somebody who uses their influence and their power to get what they want. It is a horrible dynamic to use against somebody, especially when you gaslight them or make them feel bad. Recently, I got put on a controversy that was happening. I was following the David Dobrik stuff, and I had no idea of this person. Okay, keep in mind, damn it, I didn't want to get into YouTube drama, but now I have to kind of mention who this person is now, and I kind of have to talk about it. And he deserves to be put on blast for the bullshit he's been talking about, and the shit he's been doing, man, for years. For years this has been happening. I have no idea. I had no idea this person existed. I probably at one time did, but okay, you guys, if you guys follow alternative, the alternative scene, the rock, the pop punk, the emo scene. If you follow that kind of scene, you guys know exactly who I'm talking about. I'm talking about Destry Smith, Captain Des, the dude from Decimate. Like, god damn, this guy, bro, this fucking 30-year-old fucking wannabe Michael Jackson, living in his Neverland guy. You guys might want to be, what am I talking about? Well, let me give you a little heads up. If you guys don't know who this guy is, because I didn't know who this guy was. He's a YouTuber. He's been out doing YouTube since like he was like 16, 17. He's 30 now, so he's a long time YouTuber. He's more popular. He's the emo boy, back in the day, like all those emo models and stuff. That's kind of what he was doing with his friend Nate. They were both doing their YouTube channel. They had a little bit of clout from being on Shane Dawson's channel. They've been doing this for years, and this is the type of content they do, like kind of cringy, kind of funny kind of stuff. I try to watching these old videos. I don't get it. It just seems like these guys are just all over the place. Yeah, that's just my own take on this. I mean, if girls enjoyed this, or they actually really did like this at a time, hey, good for you. I don't see it. I'm sorry. I don't see the allure. But so he got into a controversy recently from his not just his girlfriend, but I should say girlfriends, or even entanglements. Yes, we're gonna use the word entanglements. They all came together, and they've all been saying on Twitter, like, oh, this guy cheated on me with this person, this guy's cheating on me on this person. He's been playing the master manipulator card for all these women. The only problem, the reason why this is big drama now, the real big reason why everyone is talking about this and why they want to cancel him, is because homeboy was dipping his hand in the kiddie pool, if you know what I mean. If you guys don't know what I mean, I'm referring to the fact that he's been like, not only is he manipulating and messaging all these girls around his age, she's 30, so probably like 25 to like 18, but he's dipping lower, like 14 years old. My guy, you're 30 and I don't know how to talk about this without like getting pissed off or like wanting to fight someone, man. Ugh, it's so gross, dude. Like, okay, dude, I get it. You think you're an emo kid forever. Like, that's cool, I guess. I mean, I would say, like Johnny Gilbert, he's 25, I think 26, and he's still doing it. But I don't see Johnny Gilbert dipping his hand in the kiddie pool. I don't even see him doing anything remotely. No, he's done cringy shit that I've seen that I've like thought it was weird, but you know what I'm saying, like, he's always been his own person. He's never done anything out of controversy. He's never done anything that's warranted anything that severe of attention, at least negative attention. But you, my guy, you're doing this, you're acting like this, and you're 30 and you're still acting like you're in high school. It is disgusting. Johnny Gilbert at least acts a bit more mature despite his look. Man's forever young. I don't understand what this allurement, this idea of like, you know what, I want someone younger. I just don't. Okay, so I'm not gonna talk in circles here. I'm gonna keep going forward when I say this. Is that the reason why I want to bring up power dynamics? I want to bring up this guy's actions is because I can't believe that this man has been doing it for years. And I've been hearing a bunch of I've been hearing a bunch of accounts from fans, from other YouTubers, streamers who have like owned up to the stuff that he's been doing, his friends, people who've lived with him, the things he's been doing, the way he's been doing them, and I'm at a loss for words. I can't believe this guy is acting like he's not in the wrong in this. And a fellow YouTuber that I love watching, speaking of Johnny Gilbert, is Shannon Taylor. She's amazing, fantastic. Go check out her channel if you enjoy her music or her makeup videos. She's pretty dope. But so she had brought this up, and I saw the video and I was like, okay, Desha Smith. I don't know who that is, but let's hear about it. She hears the, I mean, of course, all this controversy that's going on. Like I'm craving it. I'm like, David Dobrik, Desha Smith. Like, come on, bro. I want to hear all this. I want to sip the tea. So I'm looking for this, and I see this, and I'm like, oh, I gotta watch this. I don't know who this person is. Let's see. I watched the video. It's a whole hour video. She breaks down everything of their relationship, who he was, and the allegations against him. And I'm just thinking to myself, wow, my God. First, his apology video, it's so insincere. He doesn't address anything of that's going against him. He keeps it very loose, and he doesn't even apologize for the things he's done. It's kind of gross. I don't really like the guy. The way he talks and the way he chooses his words. Remember, the way you choose your words, no matter how sincere you are or how much emotion you're putting in them, your word choice is probably the second most powerful thing to help people believe in you. And his word choice was so careful that he's probably been I wouldn't say he's been apologizing for his actions, but he's been tiptoeing around these actions for years. Or these kind of like allegations or these fingers pointed at him. He's learned how to make sure that people go like, oh, okay, that's okay then, or I guess that's fine. Like it's wild. It throws me for a loop how like these type of like people, when they have a platform, can get away with these kind of things, or like the lengths they're willing to take for these kind of actions is insane. I don't stand for it. I don't like it, and I have to talk about it because if I don't talk about it, I'm gonna be just mad for no reason, and then I blow up. But yeah, so he's the type of guy, from all the accounts I've heard about him and all the things I've like listened from friends, and I know a lot of people are thinking, oh, you should do your research, there's probably more. I wish I did, and I kind of wish I didn't as well. But yeah, from all these accounts, I hear like how he's preyed on his fans, how he's used his friends against each other, how he has to, like, I call it the main character effect, when you want to be the main character so bad of like your own like anime or anything, that you're willing to like step on people and you're willing to disregard people or anything that they're going through, because you feel like no, my story is more important, or no, my needs need to be met in order for the story to progress. And I feel like that's the very thing he does as a person. He manipulates his friends. He likes to rub the fact that what they do in his other friends' faces. He tells girls one story and tells girls another story. He purposely like shows nudes to his friends. Like it's just things that like are very so mature and childish, and I just think it's disgusting. Like, he has no sense of boundaries. One of his friends was talking about when he was barely getting with their mutual friend, who's a girl. He was very like shysty about trying to make her like go for him instead, or he was very like manipulating her, like at night texting her like, oh, you should come and just be with me, or you should just come in my room tonight. Like, it's just stuff that was just like, dude, like, do you have any respect for the people that you live with? Do you have any respect for the people who you call friends, or people that you supposedly quote unquote love? Like, do you have any respect for that? Like, as a person who's a pretty big asshole and is a scum god, a demon lord who does whatever the fuck he wants, I know the big difference between doing scummy shit and being an actual like fucking total piece of shit. I'm not perfect. I can admit that. I can full-heartedly be like, oh, I'm not a good guy. I just try to be the best person I could be. You just want to do whatever the fuck you want and have no serious consequences. You are disgusting. And if you guys want to know further stuff about what's going on, I recommend you like looking stuff up first, or not even looking stuff up, but hearing the accounts from the victims first. It's really insane. One of the victims, her Samantha Lior, she's a cool YouTuber. I had the little bit of luxury to like see her content and hear her music now and get to know her pretty. She's awesome, dope. I recommend checking out her channel. But yeah, from her, like hearing from all these type of people, it is disgusting how he preys on them, bro. Like he gaslights them so they give him what he wants. He does all these, like, these are tricks that these are I don't even say gimmicks. These are just like master manipulative tools. It's something that would befall Dennis from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. It's very Dennis system. He gives them this sort of attention that makes them feel like they could be with him. And it's tragic because he does this to girls that when you prey upon the younger, especially when you have such a fan base of girls who want you because you're the scene, emo, pretty, like e-boy, whatever. Like, I understand that. I understand that lore. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, who's a good example for me that I find attractive as a kid that I would love and I would have killed to be with? Miranda Cosgrove, I would say, back when I was younger. Shout out to the iCarly reboot. But like thinking about it now, I was like, if she dated me and I was in high school or something like that, and I was like, she's like 20 something, like she's like 22 20, and I was like 15 16, that would not be a good idea, especially if she used like her age or her publicity or her clout to like make me feel bad for questioning anything that she did against me. And that's what this guy does, is that he gives these girls attention, makes them feel like they're the one and only, like he doesn't do this to everybody else. And then when he doesn't get what he wants out of them, he purposely ignores them until they give in to his demands and they send him something or anything. He doesn't even like pull back a little bit. He doesn't even like feel bad about it. He purposely uses like a bunch of tools such as his own depression, how he feels about himself. He uses these things to make these fans feel like they have a connection with him, and because they feel like they have a connection with him, they're willing to do much more than they really should doing. And then when things get weird, he's like, no, you miscontrived this whole relationship. It wasn't like anything like that. Like, I didn't ask to see your nudes. You sent them to me. I didn't want them. Like, it's like, no, my guy, dude, you still are a piece of shit. You still have them. You should delete them. And he just keeps them to himself, and he keeps them in a supposed like terabyte. Again, that's hearsay, but I mean, it's still interesting to bring up, because it's like, bro, come on, my guy. Like, really? Like, you can have like beautiful babes your own age, hell, even just close to 20, you're 30, and you still want to push that line because you want to use your fame. And he's been doing this since he got famous. He's been the master manipulator since he's been famous, and he always wants to like blame that people are doing this against him, or he has to cut toxic people out because they're ruining him. Like, I don't stand for this kind of like behavior. Believe me, for someone who's done some stuff similar like this, I'm not talking about any of I'm talking about the manipulating sides of the story. Like, I've done, I wouldn't say I've ignored people, but I've done the, you know what, like, if I didn't get what I wanted, but I do the tactic of like, I had a friend who, when she was easy to piss off, or when she'd go manic on me, like, my instinct was never to like fight back or be pissed. I would just let her yell. I wouldn't respond to her. I would just let her be in her moment, and then she'd come back to me like, hey, I'm so sorry for that. And I'm like, oh, it's fine, don't worry about it. You don't have to worry about it. It's the same technique in a sense, but it's done with different energies. I'm just not feeding that negative energy. He not only does he feed that negative energy, he preys on it. He purposely like feeds the beast, in the sense that like, no, you should, like, for me, my thing is, I'm gonna stay neutral. Him is, no, I need you to feel bad for me, so you'll do whatever it takes to make me feel happy. I'm giving you so much attention, you like that, right? Well, give me what I want. If you don't, then bye. I'm gonna leave. Aren't you scared if I leave? Like, it's so fucking maniacal, bro. It's so fucking disgusting. I cannot stand it. It's very Dennis system. He has his own Dennis system. That's how I figure this guy works. The only problem is this man is sloppy. The only thing that he's smart about is his word choice, to keep it that he's able to tiptoe around certain things, so that way he doesn't piss off the wrong people. All I could say about this, and I don't want to speak on this too much for this episode. I just want to touch upon this because I think what I'm going to do with the podcast is I'm just going to give you my own perspective on a lot of the stuff that's been happening. I started off with something very self-positive and very actual positive energy, and this is just something that needs to be recycled out. This needs to be exuberated from ourselves, and this is the Destrius Smith stuff, because I wasn't a fan of this guy. I don't know who he is. And you know what? I'm glad I don't know who this guy is. He preyed on his fans. He's preyed on his friends. There's no safe people for him. The sad part is, for this person, people are just tools. They're just equipment. They're just toys. What he did to Shannon Taylor is fucking horrible. I don't understand. If you vibe with someone in such a way, then you're you keep stringing them along. Dude, no, you say what you want. If you don't want a relationship, then you don't. Don't fucking tiptoe around this bullshit. That was disgusting. What he did to Samantha Lohr, or her being 14 and seeking attention, and him just preying upon that, making her feel like that relationship was something. To do what he did to all the girls, especially the TikToker who straight up did, who first brought this all up. To all the victims, to all his victims, man, I can't believe you would use something that's precious to these people. To you, you're thinking it's no big deal. To them, you're you're, in a lack of a better word, you were like a god to them. You were a beacon of hope. You were much more. And if you would argue oh, I never said I wanted to be that. You are that. When you offer yourself, and you when you put content on for people, and people thank you for for your music, or for your for anything, your art, any creativity, any content that you put out, and if it helps them, and it helps them it helps them get over some hard things, or it helps them cheer them up in the darkest times, you in a sense are becoming a savior. And you have to understand with that comes responsibility. You can't just do whatever you want and hope shit hits the fan. And it kind of reminds me of Tupac, when Tupac was at the time when he was blowing up. He's like, "No, I'm not a revolutionary yet. I'm not there yet. I'm just a musician." And it's from the Tupac movie. And his mom's like, "No, you are ready. You are already doing it right now." And it's that kind of it is that kind of powers, when it comes, that power dynamic that is greatly divided people, which is, for Tupac, did he get too much power? No, he understood what that power, that when people are looking at him, telling him, "You're singing our stories, you're telling how it is, you're really putting us out there." He didn't let that go to his head. He accepted the responsibility that came with it. Destrius Smith, you're nowhere near this level of greatness that people are still putting you on. You're misusing people's energies. You are manipulating them. You're a false god, getting praised for things because you did funny videos back in the day. You have scene hair or emo hair, and you think, "Oh, because I'm Destrius Smith, I can get away with this. I can do whatever I want." It's disgusting. It's horrible. And all these allegations, you want to tiptoe around and be like, "Oh, well, that's not how it happened. I never asked for this explicitly. I never did this." No, but your actions did. And guess what? You should be fucking in jail, my guy. You're 30 years old and you're acting like you're in high school, tiptoeing "Oh, I just want to fuck all the girls in the school" kind of thing. But you're not in high school anymore. Hell, I don't even think you're even that popular. Or I guess you are. There's a lot of fans that still someone like you. I just don't think you're anything more than just a piece of shit, and you have to go to jail for the stuff you did. You definitely have to. And if anything, I really, really hope that somehow, somewhere, you learn from all this. I don't ever pray the most horrible things on people, but I do say this: you need to learn the lesson. Whether the lesson gets learned through life or death, I'm not going to speak on that. Whether it gets learned through beating your ass to the fucking ground till you bleed, I'm not speaking on that either. I'm just saying, someone's going to teach you that lesson, and I hope you learn from it, because you're not going to get a second chance. You're not going to get that second chance to learn the lesson. But yeah, guys, you guys want to read more up on this, definitely go check it up. There's a bunch of commentary channels, like Rexzilla, I think, is covering this too. He actually had a cool hour interview with some of his people close to him, his inner circle. Yeah, but definitely when I talk about these power dynamics, let me just wrap up this point with Destrius Smith. Is you have, like I said, you have to understand that any sort of following you have, any sort of clout you have, comes with weight, and you have to be able to understand what that weight means. You can't just do whatever you want willy-nilly and sweep it on the rug and, you know, think, oh, it's okay, this will blow over. If I get canceled, I'll just stay quiet, I won't say anything. No, you have to really address stuff, and you have to really be present, and you have to really understand, yes, I did this, I need to pay for these consequences. But the thing is, these people, they let this fame go to their head, and they think they can get away with anything, or they think they can do whatever they want. I'm happy like these people are getting exposed for all this shit. I'm happy that David Dobrik's getting exposed. I'm happy that Destrius Smith is, James Charles, because they can't be making these big mistakes. They can't be doing these things that are illegal and fucking unethical and getting away with it and being, oh, it's all good, it's for a prank, or it's all good because I didn't pursue that person, they came to me with this. It's just like, no, stop using your fame to bring these children in. First off, stop being a fucking pedophile. Third off, don't fucking manipulate your friends and family, or your friends and your partners, or your SOs, your significant others. It's disgusting, it's horrible, and it's trashy. You're fucking adults. Be adults. Stop acting like it's high school. And I think that's the bad part about all these people getting famous so young, is that they still hold this kind of idea that because they're young they can get away with stuff. And that's the problem with young celebrities, is like some of them crash and burn, or some of them think they're above the law. And for some of the ones that are getting exposed, they have to learn the hard way. Like, you just can't keep making a living on the, you know, other people's behalf. So you can't just be like, you know, getting away with all this stuff that you think is funny, and you think, oh, it's all good. It's wild stuff. Like, don't get me wrong, I could be very controversial too, but these people should be getting canceled, not like everybody else for some small things or something. I'm just saying, like, these people need to be stopped. This is the big stopping point for these people, is we gotta check them where they're at. Check David Dobrik, he learns from his things, he stops being that kind of person. Perfect. Check James Charles, stop messaging 16-year-old boys, bro. You're fucking 23, you're younger than me. Fucking find someone your own age, find someone that's 20, find someone that's 18, please, just please. And Destrius Smith, you're disgusting. There's too many allegations, there's too many stories about you, that there's no way you can say these are all false. And if you discredit these victims, you're retarded, because yes, I said that word, I get it, Ivan, what are you saying that for? Didn't you just have a big spiel? Shut up. Destrius Smith, if you ever see this somehow, turn yourself in, be a somewhat decent person, and stop lying, stop manipulating, and just turn yourself in and restart yourself, because everything you're doing right now is leading you lower and lower. First off, don't make an apology video with the likes and dislikes in the comment section off, because that's already saying you're fucking gross. I get it. You had a big spiel on why you did that. You don't want a war. You don't want to see fans fighting each other. No, you just don't want all these fans turning against you and putting the evidence against you. There's too much stuff. Turn yourself in. Be a somewhat presentable person and go to fucking jail. Okay, that's it. No more of that power dynamic, guys. Again, if you want to know more about that stuff, look it up, research it for yourself. It is heavy. I still can't understand how a man like this has not been already caught. He's Onision vibes that bad. He's basically new Onision. He's not even a Onision light. He's, well, no. He and Onision are basically at the same point, except I don't think we have any allegations against Onision that are 14-year-olds, but God, these guys are fucking horrible. I don't know, it's these old YouTubers that preyed on the emo and scene kind of kids, but God, it's horrendous, and I don't like it. So especially for what it hits hard for me is that, yes, I'm kind of still consider myself an emo kid. I still dye my hair red. I still listen to the same music. I would paint my nails black if I had any effort. I would wear eyeliner if I didn't look fat right now. But if I get skinny, I'll probably start putting more makeup on again. But yeah, like it just pains me because I see these people. I'm like, bro, like I feel like my friends listen to you. I feel like my friends looked up to you, and you do this kind of stuff. Like it scares me because I'm like, damn, like what if my friends got taken advantage? Like what would I say in that aspect? Like how could I even save them when you kind of lead this kind of cult mentality of I'm always right, follow me, die for me? It's terrifying. All right, that's the negative stuff. Let's go back to positive. Let's watch our palates. Let's throw those bad energies out. Let's throw it out. We don't need them anymore. It's time to regain our peace. It's time to come back and enjoy yourselves. And I think I would like to just say something that was fun on my vacation, because I went on vacation and I kind of want to talk about it a little bit, because I wouldn't say I had an emotional experience, but I did have a spiritual bond with these two people. I don't remember their names. It was 2 girls, 2 women actually, and give me a second. And we were talking, and it was an interesting vibe. I definitely found their energy was calling me, their attention was calling me, and we started conversating, and you know we had a little vibe sesh where it got emotional. Some like one of them was crying, one of them she was overly anxious by the weight of the feelings, by the weight of the emotions, and it was so interesting because I allowed myself to go into a triangle with these people. It's not a dirty thing. I'm saying we hold hands in a triangle, and we allowed our energies to be shared, for us to share into the energy. And this woman's energy, man, it was powerful. The amount of weight that was on her shoulders, I could feel the other girl. She was like scared. She was terrified. She could feel it all. And I think we both kind of had that kind of thing where I had to reassure both of them. Both of them had different ideals and their own different ideologies, their own different religions and spiritualisms. And I just had to find a medium ground for them, so that way the energy could just be released. And God, was that powerful, man. This releasing of their energies. This woman held on so much. I'm not gonna say her name or tell her entire story, but she has been through so much, man, from what she was telling me. And the worst part is I could feel it when we all had our little hands together and she was chanting. I could feel everything of her struggles, her strife, her loss, like all of it. I could feel it on my shoulders. And then the other one, her anxiousness, her fear of everything that was happening. I could feel that pit in my stomach. And it's so interesting when people are like, oh, okay, empaths, whatever, I don't believe in that shit. It's interesting because it makes a physical imprint on you. It really does. For her, like when I said it's the pit of your stomach, right? That feeling you're feeling. She's like, yes, exactly. And I was like, and we're like, it's so interesting. A lot of people don't understand this. They think it's, for people who don't know, like when it comes to spirituality, it's to a degree a real thing. It's kind of like, if anyone's done improv, I've only done like a class on it, but it was fun. I actually like doing improv. There's a thing called a mind meld. When a bunch of people are together for so long, they naturally know how to go with the story next, or they naturally know how to progress everything. They actually could read someone's not read someone's mind, but their energy, their body movements, everything that they do. They know when they're going to say something. They know what they're going to say about. They know how this person's going to move, because they know how that person moves. It's an interesting. It's like you all are one mind. And when you bond like this, when you chant together, when you share that energy together, you, in a sense, you are mind melding. But that feeling, that spiritual feeling you get of like the weight on your shoulders, the pin in your chest, you could feel it. And I don't know if anyone else has. If anybody else has, please let me know if you've had that experience with people. But it's the same reason why when like someone you love or you're connected with like hurts, you could feel it even before they even talk to you. Sometimes you just feel it. that sixth sense. It might be more prominent in people who are spiritually aware, than people who are like not as spiritually aware. But to those who are, let me know if you've ever felt something remotely the same, because I feel like I felt that I feel that a lot with everyone, even people who have like small physical pains. I'm like, oh, it's the right knee, right? And they're like, yeah, how did you know? I'm like, I feel it too. It imprints on me. And when I get your energy, when I read people's energies, I'm not just, oh, okay, this is how the person are. Sometimes that energy itself imprints onto me, and I'll feel it. So feeling the girl who went through so much is stress in her shoulders. We'll call her L. When I felt L's energy, it was heavy, to say the least. Like, it was a struggle. Even to get up, I felt like, oh, okay, that's, ooh, wow. Because even when we were like holding hands, I could feel like something just putting pressure on my back. I could feel all this weight just growing on me, everything. And it wasn't until like we disconnected and we let go where eventually that weight like slowly pulled off of me. While the other girl B, well, that's what we'll call the other girl B, like the pit in your stomach, that fear, that actual like anxiousness, it was so prominent. I felt anxious. I was sweating because I was stressed and anxious for some reason. But that was her energy imprinting on me. I had two types of energies imprinting on me. Keep that in mind. That is a very dangerous thing for people who are not aware of that kind of energy, or they're not aware of like energy manipulation or energy transference or imprinting and stuff like that. Like, people who are not aware to like that degree can definitely they it's really easy to get lost in that. It's really easy to like let that emotion feel like it's your own emotion and just kind of close off, because you can't decipher from, are these my feelings or are these their feelings. It's always, if you're spiritually aware, spiritually smart, spiritually strong, and have like that super sense, you're able to, okay, this is that person's energy, this is this person's energy, this is my energy. I will not allow this to affect my energy and imprint and just to take me over. I'll allow it to like touch my energy, to mesh with it, but then when everything is done, I know how to push it off me. Again, a very dangerous thing to do when you're spirit bonding or chanting, or even just bonding in general with these types, when you're like spiritually bonding with people. But yeah, it was definitely something. And I think what like really like not even scared them, but like surprised them, was how accurately I could talk about what they were feeling and how it made me feel. Because they were like, that's exactly how I feel. How do you know that? I'm like, because I feel it. It's on me as well. And eventually I was able to help them just, spring clean that energy, that negative energy that was bottled up or that's been in them. They were able to exuberate it, and we had a nice little fun time. It's so interesting. And she was like, why did you come into our life? Elle asked me, why, like, that, how did you know? Like, why did you come into our life? I was like, it was going to happen. Why did your energy call me? And she was like, I was just curious. I saw you. And I was like, and did you see a lot of people? But why? And she's like, your energy, just something about you looked important. I can't explain it anymore. Just, you looked important. And I told her, that's not coincidence. It was going to happen. This was supposed to happen. And we were able to kind of just vibe again, just relax everyone, reset everybody's emotions, and just the energy levels were able to like eventually all balance out. And it's so interesting. A lot of people think like, oh, that sounds like, if you believe in it, you're like, wow, that sounds beautiful. If you don't, you're like, that sounds like a lot of hooey. It's not. I think everyone goes through this naturally, and if you let yourself be open to it, and you don't fight it, but you go with it, you can honestly bond with people that you have you've never met before. And it is this it's a very intimate thing. It's very personal. It's very vulnerable, but it is very rewarding in that aspect that you're able to bond with another person's soul in a way that so few could have ever done before. I highly recommend it for people who are I highly recommend it for people who are like at least more than novice at spiritual awareness. only because if you're not in tune with your own energy, you're not in tune with how to filter out negative and positive energy, this thing is very dangerous. You can get lost in someone's emotions, and it's the same. It can imprint on you, and then, you know, someone's depression can become your depression now. Someone's negative thoughts becomes your negative thoughts. It's the same way as why positive energy imprints on other people. Except positive energy doesn't lead you to do dark things. Positive energy usually motivates you, and that's what you want to do. You want to imprint positive energy, and you want to exuberate negative energy, not in a good way, but you want to clean it out, like you're cleaning out poison. You want to just force it out of your body and let the positive energy come in, and then you want to reset it. You always want to reset your energy, so that way it's never unbalanced. But yeah, guys, and it wasn't for me that kind of I haven't had it's been a while since I've had an actual a moment like that, to the point where it was very intense. It was very powerful. If I was definitely not in the right mind space, if I was not prepared for this whatsoever, I easily could have been crying and broken down and felt everything and being overwhelmed with the very energy that these people, both of them, were feeling. I could have easily been overcame with it and not been able to go on with my day, or had to take a breather because of, oh wow, that was way too intense. I need to go sit down for a bit. I need to go lie down and reset. It's a powerful thing. It's very intimate. It's very vulnerable, but it is very frightening, and it is one of the most intense things I've ever felt. Is this it was this soul bond, or at least this what's the best way to put it, I would say spirit bond, a soul bond. It just makes me think of Rick and Morty, and that was weird. The spirit bond, it's just good. I'm just happy, and I'm just very, very happy that this is where we're at. And it just surprises me how far I've come in the spiritual sense as a person. And I feel a lot of people always ask me well, you call yourself a shaman, are you really a shaman? In the actual aspect, yeah, I feel I am a shaman. It's so weird. A lot of people think, oh, if you're not practicing though, then you can't call yourself a shaman. I feel that's who decides that? That no one decided that. No one decides that, you know, you have to get certified, or you have to be able to do stuff. I think people are born into natural gifts, and they know what they are. They know what they're doing, and that just makes sense. As a shaman, you're used to bring the spirit world and the physical world, and you meet in the medium. You meet in that middle place where you're able to heal people in two different ways. You're able to heal them spiritually. You're able to heal them mentally, and at times even physically. And I think that's where it really comes from. If you want to say I'm not, that's fine, but I'm doing the same work that shamans do. I'm not certified, definitely not, but I'm definitely taking people on these journeys, and I'm giving them the walk of their mindset. God damn, who the fuck is calling me, bro? Jesus Christ, don't talk to me. Sorry. But it is that in the plainest of terms. That's what I am. And I know people want to be no, that's not true. You're not you can't be like that unless you're from this or this, or you do high psychedelic stuff. Everyone practices it doesn't matter how you get to point A to point B, but just sorry about all that noise. That's my family. But like I said, man, I'm doing what I can to help heal people spiritually, physically, mentally. I'm doing what shamans do. You can, if you don't want to call me a shaman, or you think, oh, you know what, you don't deserve that name, I have to beg to differ. I'm doing that very same work. I identify with everything that shamanism has. I just do it differently. I do it a way that probably doesn't, is probably a little unorthodox, but it still gets the job done. At the end of the day, I'm doing what I can to help people and help myself, and I'm happy with that. If anyone feels the need to like attack or even try to disprove or say anything like that, that's fine. If you feel like you need to do that, then do that. I'm doing me, and I'm doing what I can to help people. And if you want to help people too, and you want to help people grow, then do that, because that's what I'm here for. That's what I'm doing. That's what I feel like I'm here to do more than anything in this world. I'm here to help my people grow. And if you want to try to discredit me or cut me down, that's fine. I'm still going to grow. But anyways, guys, this is gonna be the episode of the podcast. This was fun. It was a interesting episode. I'm happy to be back from vacation. I feel refreshed. I feel great, and it's time to just buckle down, get back to work, and knock out a bunch of stuff, because I have a lot of editing to do. But I will catch you all later. I missed you guys. I'm happy I'm back. Peace out. Much love, and remember, 1,000 subscribers.